Hello friends, so now we see how to execute file programs in C. So I am using Turbo C++, that is Turbo C3 software. So in this you can find all these functions to create a simple file program. Okay friends, so this is a small program so that creates a file and you can store information that you have read from the keyboard. Okay, so that means I have declared three variables, so that is name, roll number and so I will read information from the keyboard and try to read those values and save those values to the file. Okay, then I will show you how your file program stores information into the file. Okay friends, so just look at your program. So this particular program, so we are using a data structure called file. So use it to declare a file pointer, that is the fp. So then you can see character array, that is name, which is used to store your name. So I want to store information of the student, so I have declared three variables: name, roll number and percentage. Name is a character array, so that means you can store a string or name. So second one is an integer value, that is a roll number, and third one is a percentage, that can store your percentage value, float value. Okay friends, so what we have to do is whenever you have to declare a file pointer type of a file structure. So by using a file handling function, that is fopen, you can open your file. So you want to write information into the file, that means you want to create information or store information into the file. So you need to apply mode as a write or write plus. So here fopen function, it takes two parameters, that is f1.txt and second one is w plus. Okay friends, this f1.txt is a name of the file that you want to create. You can give any name. So I have given a random name, that is f1.txt. txt means textual file. Okay, so this is opened in a write mode, so that means I want to enter information into that. So it is already exist in your system, that will be all the information in that will be deleted and freshly new data that now you're entering will be stored into that. Okay, so this plus means you can read and as well as write and as well as read information, so that means w plus. You can omit that plus, that is used to create only write mode. Okay, so I want to read the details from the user, so I want to ask for the name, roll number and percentage. Okay, so here this particular printf is asking enter your name and you're reading it from the keyboard, so that is scanf. Okay, then this particular function called fprintf. Okay, you can see here there is fprintf. Okay, fprintf is used to store information into the file. Okay, so you have to mention through which file pointer you want to enter into the file. You have opened that f1.txt with the file pointer called fp, so the file pointer here will be the fp. Okay, so I want to store information as a name equals to the name supplied by the user, so I have to write it as a name equals to, so in place of percentages, your name that you have read from the keyboard will get stored. Similarly, you are asking for the roll number, then you can store roll number into that. Similarly, you are asking for the percentage, then you can store percentage into it. Then after finishing the program, so when you're working with files, so please remember that you need to close the file pointer information, otherwise all the deleted. Okay, so in every file program the last statement should be you have to close the fp. So I am using this fclose function to close my file. Okay, so this particular getch is only for the purpose of seeing the output. Okay, so you can omit that. So okay, instead of typing alt f5 to see the output, I have used this getch. So that is a function getch. Okay. It's not part of the logic or something. Okay, so now I'll execute my program. So here now you can see that program is asking me for enter your name. Okay, so I'll enter my name. Okay, so I'm entering my name. Okay, then it is asking me to enter the roll number. Okay, so I'm entering the roll number. So it is asking me for enter your percentage, so I'm entering a percentage, so some float value, because I have declared as a float value. Okay friends, so that's it, that's the end of the program. Okay, so what is this particular program? It will create a file. Okay, it will store all the information that you have entered, that is your name, roll number and percentage. Okay, then how can I see my information, that means whether that information stored in the file or not. Okay, for that simply you have to see that you need to open the file. So alt F. So here you can open the file. Okay, So this is second option, open the file. Okay, I'm just typing my name because in my program I have given the name for my file as f1.txt. f1.txt. So that's it, friends. So now you can see here that the name is the same, or roll number 708 or percentage is something that I have printed. Okay, so you can see that 89.653. you can you may get doubt that why that triple line is there, even we didn't give that value. Okay, by default all float values will have a 6 digits in the fraction part. Even you are not given the 6 digits, so that will replaced with the 9 numbers. Okay, friends. So actually f1.txt, this is the actual file. Okay, so this particular f1.txt file is created by the program, and whatever the information that you entered during the execution is actually printed into this, or that means write into this f1.txt. okay, friends. So this is a simple program how to create a file by using a C. Okay, now we'll move to the next program. Okay, so this is a small program that copies the contents of one file into another file. Okay, so remember, friends, here the file can be any textual files or a C program or whatever the textual file, you can give it as a file. Okay, so the thing that you have to mention, remember, is your file. Okay, friends. So this particular program copies the contents of one file into another file. Okay, so here I have declared two file pointers, fp1, fp2, because one file is used to read the contents of one file and another file pointer is used to transfer the data into the target file. So here you need to supply the two names, that is a source file name and target file name. So we have created here which are character arrays. That means you can store the names of your files in these two arrays. Okay, so here I have taken one variable called C to read all the characters. That means the contents of file will be read as a character by character. Okay, so here you can see this, you are asking for entering the source file name, then target file name, then you are opening this source file name with the mode called read mode, because you want to open the first file in read mode and read all the data and transfer each and every character to the target file. Okay, friends. So whenever you open a file, okay, it's make a habit of doing this. That is, whenever you open a file, you have to check whether your file has successfully. How can I check that? Okay, so there are two ways. So here I have used one way. So that is if not fp1. Okay, so if not fp1 means if that fp1 contains a null value. Okay, friends. Basically what happens here is fopen will open your file and sends the starting address of your file into the pointer fp1. Okay, so what happens if your file is not exist, or if a file is not opened? In that case, fopen transfers null value into the fp1. Okay, so you can check that, okay, by using if condition. If not fp1, that means if fp1 is not containing a valid address, or if it contains a null value, so then what you have to do? Okay, so when your file is not opened, there is no way to do any kind of an operation. So you have to tell that a file does not exist and you have to immediately close the execution. Okay, so for that I have printed a statement called file does not exist, then return one. Okay, here I am using a return one. Okay, what is this return one? This will close the program execution. Okay, instead of return statement, you can also use the exit function. Okay, so that's your choice. Okay, but the file is successfully opened. In that case, fp1 contains a valid address, so that if condition will become a false, you will come to this statement. Okay, here what you are doing, you are opening the second file with write mode, because you want to enter all the data from file 1 and place it into the second file. So you have to open it in a write mode. Okay. All the data. Then how you enter all the data. Okay, so for like this first file also you have to for the second file also, so you have to check that if not fef of fp1. Okay, so you can see here, friends, okay, how you have to read that. Okay, there is a predefined library handling function that is called feof. Okay, feof means if that file is pointer is not pointing to the end of the file, in that case that will be true. Okay, so if not, FEOY f of f means if fp1 is not pointing to the end of the file, that means if there is a data in your file, so fp1 will point to a character. If there is no data in your file, so then it points to the end of the file. Okay, so if that is end of the file, there is no information to transfer. If that is not end of the file and there are some information, your fp1 will point to a character, then while loop will become a true here. Okay friends, so with this particular condition you can easily understand if that is not end of the file. Okay, FEOF means if that is not end of the file, that in that case read the character. Okay, how you read a character from a file is by using fgetc function. Okay, fgetc function is used to read a single character from the specified file pointer. So here fp1 is pointing to my file. Okay, so that will read the character and place it in C. Okay, so then how you transfer that to the second file? By using fputc function. Okay, so fputc function will take two parameters. One is the character, that is the character variable, and second one is the target file's file pointer, that is fp2. Okay friends, so just remember that this fgetc will read a single character into C and fputc will place that character into the second file. Okay, so this particular two statements are inside the while loop. That means your while loop will iterates until you reaches the end of the file. Okay, when you reach the end of the file, while becomes a false. Okay, so in that case what you have to do, you have to type a message called file %s successfully copied into %s. First %s will be replaced with the source file, that means the name that you have entered, and second %s will be replaced with the target file name. Then you need to close the two files, that is fclose fp1, fclose fp of the program. Okay, so that is, so now I think you have got the clarity. I'll show you the exam how to execute this particular program. Okay, so here it is asking me for the enter the source file name. Okay, so I have already shown you in the previous programs that I have written so many programs on strings. Okay, so I am just giving that name of my file. Okay, str1.c. this is actually a C program that is written by me, so that contains a C program actually. Okay, and it is asked me for the target file name. Okay, so we'll give a new name. Okay, str20.c. okay, I'm just giving a str20.c. so what happens is here is whatever the contents in the str1.c will be transferred into str20.c. okay, if that successfully transfers, it shows me that the two files are successful, the source file is copied successfully into the target file. Okay, so that means file str1 successfully copied into str20.c. okay, so this is the message I have got here. Okay, then how can I check my output? Okay, for checking the output, you need to open that target file name and you have to see whether that contains the required contents or not. Okay, first I'll show you the source file, then I'll show you the target. Okay, I'm just opening the source file, that is str1.c. okay friends, so this is a program. Okay, I have given as a source file. So in this particular program you can see that it is a string program, so where I have got a two character arrays and printed those values. So now we'll see the target file. Okay, that is a str20.c. okay friends, yeah, you can see here str20.c has got all the information that is from the str1.c, because str1, all the information from str1.c is successfully copied into str20.c. okay friends, so this is how to execute this particular program. Okay friends, so again I'll show you this execution with a non-existing file. So okay, what happens if I give a source file name which is not in my system? Okay, so I just show you that. Okay, it is asking me for the source file name. Okay, source file name str25.c, which is not there in my system, and it is asking me for the target file name, that is str20.c. okay friends, so here you can see that a file does not exist. How did you got this? Because in program. So whenever I'm opening my first source file, I have used a if condition that if fp1 contains a null value, that means if that file does not exist. So what I am printing here, file does not exist, and return one will close the execution. Okay friends, so that's why if a file does not exist in the system, there is no way to continue the execution. Okay, so you need to close the friends. So this is a small program that copies the contents of one file into another file. Okay friends, so now we'll see another program. I'll show you another program. Okay, so this particular program will count the number of characters and as well as number of lines in the file. Okay, so this is a small program friends, so you can count the number of characters and as well as number of lines in your file. Okay, so what is this particular program is all about? Okay, so I have taken a file pointer to point to a file. Okay, so here I want to count characters and as well as lines. So for that I have taken, for counting characters I have taken a variable called C. For counting lines I have taken a variable called L here. Okay, so I'm opening a file. Okay, so previously I have given that str1.c, same the program is I'm just giving to the file pointer. So fp will point to the str1.c, which is already a program that is exist in the system. Okay, and this here, so after fopen, so you need to check whether your file is there or not. Okay, so this particular thing what I am doing here is I want to count how many characters are there and as well as how many lines are there. Okay, so for that I am just reading the first character from my file pointer. So get c, fp will get a first character and transfers it to ch here. Okay, then I am using the while loop, while a ch not equals to end of file. Okay, if the first character is not equals to end of file, then only I can proceed, because if the first character is the end of the file, that means there is no information, cannot count characters and as well as lines. Okay, so there is no need of going further. But if that is not a end of the file, then you can proceed. Okay, so here what I am doing here is I am immediately printing that character, and what I am doing is I am just incrementing the character count. So C is initially taken as 0. Now my character count will become 1 now. Okay, so how to count the lines? Okay, whenever you encounter a character called /n, because the /n represents a new line, so if there is a ch value is equals to /n, then I am incrementing my L value. L means a line count. So line count is initially 0, so here that will be taken as a incremented to 1. Okay, so this is a inside the while. Okay, so what I am doing here is so I have to again read the next character. So I have to again get c fp and take it into the ch, then I can go to the while loop and check it. So this while loop will check all the characters and lines in your program and types of how many characters are there, how many lines are there. So for printing those things, I am just here this printer prints number of characters, c value, and if this particular printer prints number of lines, that is a L value. And by the end of the program I need to close my file program. And okay friends, that is end of. So now we'll see how this particular program will get executed. Okay, so here you can see that given the file name I have all str1.c, so I have printing each and every character. So you can see clearly the program total is printed, and as well as it has a count that number of characters is 177 and number of lines as 9. Okay friends, so this is a very easy to remember. Here is you have to read the character by character and you have to find out how many characters are lines are there. Okay, so here friends, so if you want to optimize this program, okay, because I have applied this statements which are increase my time complexity. Okay, so if you want to optimize this program, so you can change the some changes to your program. Okay, so what are those changes means? So there is no need to get the character first, then applying the while loop. Okay, so you can transfer this statement inside the condition of while. Okay, I just do that. Okay, so see here I am just removing this particular line and pasting here. So what I am pasting here is ch is equals to get c of fp. Okay, so what I have changed here is the reading of the character itself is done in the condition itself. If ch is equals to f gets of fp, means that will read the character into ch and checks if it is not equals to end of file, then that will do all the remaining things. So here there is no need of another ch is equals to f get fc fp in my particular loop. Okay, so I can also remove this particular thing. Okay friends, so this is the I have removed 2 lines and changed that condition, and still you can do this. Okay, so you can check here. Okay, see here you are getting the same kind of a output even though you have removed 2 statements. Okay, so for your reference, so what I will do is I'll create a file here. So file, so I want to create a new file. Okay, so I will name it as a Alt F, save as something like in.txt. okay friends, so you can clearly see here I'm manually creating my file, that is in.txt. so what I'm here doing is I'm entering some information like hi, how are you, and question mark here. Okay friends, so you can see here how to manually create a file. Okay, I have just opened a new file and typed some information into that. I'm just saving this information friends, so just saving this information. So what I will do now is I'll go back to my program and I'll try to change the name of my file. Okay, here str1 dot instead of str1.c. so because you may think that you have to every time you have to give the C programs. That's not correct friends. So you can create your own programs so that you can enter some information into that file, then you can give that name. Okay, so what I have given the name in.txt. okay, so save this program and run this program. Okay friends, now you can see here that is the content from in.txt is printed, that is hi, how are you, and number of characters are 7 and the number of lines are 3. Okay friends, so this is the thing what happens. Okay friends, you may wonder that why that number of lines is 3 when there are 4 number of lines, because at the end of the 4th line you just stopped reading. Okay friends, that's why it's not counting. So always better you add a 1 plus 1 line to the number of lines. This is a small program that will count number of characters, lines in your file. Okay, so very useful program friends. Okay, so remember that all you have to do is remember the condition that I have used in this while loop. Okay, so what I have used it in the while condition, I am reading the characters from the file and as well as checking whether it is not equals to end of file, then I am just doing counting and lines. Okay friends, so this is a program to count number of lines, characters of a file.